Hi family, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl here, Cwengile Nakani. Pretty sure you're wondering what the background, like what's going on. Today is a big day for me. Today is a big day for me. We had a new member certification with ACCA, since we are new members with the profession and new chartered accountants with ACCA. So we had that in Joburg, and today, 2 years ago, I gave birth to my baby in London, you guys. Yeah, so today is like bittersweet in both sides, and I'm happy and I'm excited. And yeah, so today we got the certification. I'm gonna go up and down for you guys to see it. It's written my name. I did not buy this certificate. I did not buy the certificate. I worked very hard, paid full membership. I did not buy, and I'm showing you this, guys, because yeah, this is why I decided to do a video and just speak from the heart. This video is from the heart because I'm excited. I'm happy. I worked so hard for this qualification and for it to actually like happen, guys. Most of the time you have goals that you want to achieve, and so you can like write those goals down, but I'm pretty sure, like, for me, there was that small anyana voice that doubted, especially when I'm coming from ekasi. I'm coming from a background that is under privileged. I'm coming from a background that's underprivileged. My mother had me at a very young age. She couldn't even finish her high school. And my dad unfortunately passed away when he was doing grade 12. So for me to sit here and say that I'm a chartered accountant with ACCA, a global profession, it's like someone will pinch me. It's like someone will pinch me. And I think what makes it more like thrilling and exciting is because I know how hard it was for me to get this. It was really hard because I was going through the grief of my mother. If you guys watched my previous video, no, I was going through my mother's grief. I had just given birth to my son, as I mentioned. And unfortunately, I then had postpartum depression. So in a foreign country, Nogal. So all of these things were happening, and in the midst of it all, I put so much work in this, guys. I put so much work. I prayed so much for this because I wanted it. And with the strength that I had, because I had little strength, guys, I had little strength, and with the strength that I had, I told myself that I'm gonna get up, and this is evident when I had to attend my audit class, AAA class, my advanced audit class at BP, because I did taught lessons at BPP London and on campus there, and so I had to go Sundays. And I remember this day very vividly because it was the day that I broke down. I had bottled up everything. I had been trying to be strong because I'm in a foreign country. I don't have family, and I can't call my mom to say, hey, things are hard here, because she's the one that I'm grieving from. And that Sunday, I left home and I was crying, and I went to take a bus and I was crying, and I was attending class and I would take breaks, maybe go to the bathroom, and I was crying. And mind you, in class, it was me and another lady. So obviously my eyes were evident that I've been crying. And fortunately, the lecturer was amazing. She was amazing. very kind. She would make fun jokes and all of those things. But it was hard. And I remember that day I went home and I broke down. I broke down. Not because of audit only, but I feel like I had pushed myself so much. I had been bottling everything, the pain that was happening in my personal life, and I broke down. I called the partner at the company that I was working for. Thank God for her. She was very kind, very, very, very kind and supportive. And yeah, so I had to take some time off from work. But what I'm trying to tell you is that there were moments like that in this journey that I was in. I qualified within a year of me writing my first exam. Yeah, so I did my first sitting in December, where I wrote SBR and AAA, and then I finished in September, where I wrote SBL and APM. But what I'm trying to say is it wasn't easy because of the challenges that I was facing. As I'm saying to you, that there were times where I had to go attend class Sundays. So that meant that I had Saturday, of which Saturday I still have to study. So it wasn't easy, guys. This journey wasn't easy for me. It wasn't. And I'm not discrediting you. I want you to go in fully, to tell yourself that you won't give up. For me, during that time when I was going through my mother's grief and I was going through the postpartum, for me, I held on and I told myself at that particular point that, you know what, I won't give up. Yes, I broke down, as I said, but that was me after I went to class. I broke down after home. But I'm not advising that. If you're not okay, please see doctors and take care of your mental health. It comes first. But what I'm trying to say is I didn't give up. I pushed even when it was hard. So if you want to go through this journey, you need to mentally prepare yourself for Kuti. It's not gonna be easy. Tell yourself that it depends on it depends on how much you want it. For me, I was like, I need this, and not only for the qualification per se, the opportunities, you know, that come with it, but I needed it because I felt like everything else was out of control. I'd lost so much. I'd lost so much at that time, and I was like, there's one thing that I will hold on, and that was my dream, to become a chartered accountant. And I told myself that this will happen. One way or the other, I will become this. I will do it. Me attending class or me going to work during that time was me showing myself that even though I have fallen, I am not getting stuck in this place. I'm not getting stuck in this place. And also knowing Ukuthi, I don't have parents anymore. There is no, you know, in Xhosa we say akomva anamba namphambili, meaning that I have to make it work. I had to make it work because I was like, the person that the people that were part of my creation, because God creates people, they were normal. So no one was gonna come and save me. No one. And so I had to, even in the midst of that storm, even though I was going through hard times, I had to get up. I had to pitch up at work. I had to ensure that I go to and attend class. So to me, this qualification shows Okuti, I can do hard things. It also shows God's favor upon my life, because even when it was hard, I still don't know how I did it, guys. I worked so hard, yes, but for the pits that I was in, but this qualification is a reminder that I did not give up. I did not lie down there and say, life is unfair, this sad thing is happening to me. Instead, I got up and I pushed, and I also sought help, by the way, for the postpartum thing. And the grief, I was in therapy for that as well, because I wanted to be well. I wanted to be well. I told myself that I won't give up. I won't give up on myself. I won't give up on my goals. I won't give up on my dreams. Yes, I may delay here and there, but I won't give up. So this certification, it's more than a qualification. It's more than an opportunity, like showing what there's opportunities. It reminds me of my hard work. It reminds me of my perseverance. It reminds me that nothing is impossible. And so if you're going through something, if you are pushing, I'm telling you, do not give up. Yes, you can take breaks. Trust me, I did. There were times, by the way, where I was like, I'm done. I think that was when I wrote SPL and APM, and I failed with 48 and 49. And I was, yo, guys, by the way, failing in the UK means you may lose your job. There's a high chance. Unless if the partner says otherwise, the partners say otherwise. So me failing those two modules, those two exams, I was like, yo, I may be unemployed too. And by God's grace, they said, no, it's fine, I can rewrite them. And obviously I passed. I made sure, guys, I passed. But after I failed, there was 2 weeks where I was like, I'm done. I don't want this anymore. I can't do this anymore. This is too much, because like, why am I doing this to myself? But then after 2 weeks, I got up and I said, hi, let me start. So there are moments like that, guys, where it may test you. You may have to cry. I wrote an exam and I cried after. In fact, I wanted to cry while I was writing that exam because I saw good. It's not it. This qualification takes a lot from you. I'm not gonna lie. I sacrificed weekends. As I said, I was attending class during Sundays. And if I'm not attending class, I'm studying. So yeah, I sacrificed a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. There was a lot of sacrifice going into it. But if you want something, you sacrifice. I don't want someone to say Cwengile is lucky. No, Cwengile worked hard. I worked hard, and then God's favor was upon me. Ladies, I don't want you to feel like it was an overnight thing. I'm telling you, I broke down. I was crying. I was working hard. I was sleeping late because I have to study. And I failed that 48 and 49, and I gave up. And then I woke. I got up again, and then I rewrote because yeah. So if you are someone who is going through a hard time in your life, or who wants to pursue ACCA, or even ACCA, CASA, or CIMA, or BCom, or MBA, whatever that you want to do, if you want it, go for it. There will be struggles. There will be pivoting in the process. There will be challenges. But tell yourself that whatever that comes, yes, I may take a break, but you will get up and go back and write again. No matter, even if you fail 10 times, go back and write again. If you want it, you need to be committed. You need to first tell yourself that I'm committed. You need to tell yourself that I want this, that I really want it, and then pursue it. Stumble blocks may come, but push harder. If it was possible for me, guys, if it was possible for me, just umntwana waseKasi, raised by a single mother, coming from poverty, real poverty, you know, there's levels, by the way, of poverty, but I'm talking real poverty. If it was possible for me, it's possible for you. You need to be disciplined though. You need to prioritize your goals and what you actually want to achieve. I think for me, the only sad thing right now is that the people who helped me a lot in this journey, especially like my mother, she's not here to celebrate with. And that's sad. I know that she would be very proud. She would be very proud. And I'm proud of me as well. So, yeah, I will dive in on another video. I think this one is just a testimony. It's just a testimony. I will dive in on how I did it. Let's dive in how like on the qualifications and stuff. So I hope this video basically is just this testimony to whatever dream you have. You know your dream, whatever it is. It's not out of reach. It's not. Trust me. When I think about the fact that I was in primary when I said I'm going to be a child accountant. It was impossible. We didn't have money, but I told myself I'm going to be a child accountant, and I stick to it to a point where just to close, before I close, there's this boy who I dated at high school, and I told him that I'm going to be a child accountant. This guy laughs, like genuinely laughs. He laughs at me and then says, I also be a child accountant. And I look at him like, I wasn't offended that he's saying that I won't be a child accountant because I told myself that I would become a child accountant. But I was offended. I wasn't offended per se, but I was sad. I looked at him and I was like, I felt so much sadness because I was like, are you that unmotivated, or is it really that dark? Like, are you that in the dark that you cannot fathom the idea that you can become anything that you want? And I looked at him and I was like, oh, I shame sword. I felt so sad for him actually, because I knew there was no one who was going to tell me that I won't be a chartered accountant. There was no one. I knew, even when they made a laugh about it, I knew now I'm gonna become that. And so obviously that relationship didn't last. But yeah, just to lighten the mood. So whoever's telling you that you can't become whatever that you want, please disregard them. Don't even be angry at them. It's just their mentality has created something, whatever it is. I don't know. I'll say they can't even fathom the idea. It's not personal, so don't take it personal. But anyway, let me sleep, guys. Let me go wash and sleep. Thank you so much. Just the testimony of my journey, and I hope it inspires you to go back and rekindle whatever dream that you had given up on. Do not give up on yourself. I love you.